glasses off because you can see the windows. Yeah.
Is it clear? Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Do you want me to start again with an introduction
Yeah.
and go into? Sure. Okay.
Okay, introduce again.
That's right. No, it's much easier. So my name is Catherine McManus. I've been living in New Canaan for about three and a half years. And I'm the next door neighbor to Ava Savloff and her family, so we're fortunate to be next door neighbors. I'm probably best known for launching an international network called CNN Japan, and currently I work with the Fulbright Foundation and the Cronkite School of Journalism to teach innovation and entrepreneurship to journalists and Fulbright Fellows. So I come from a journalistic family. It turns out that my father, I should say our father because I have an older sister who's also within the journalism field, that our father was one of the, I'll call it a founder, but he was a top executive working with Sesame Street and the Children's Television Workshop. So it's kind of funny. I have a story that I can share with you. Because every now and then I'm asked, how did I get into journalism? So, and mine was not a traditional route. Years ago, I've been married for many years, and I got married very young. And my husband and I lived in Hawaii for 5 years. So I majored in Asian studies with a focus on Japanese studies. And so when my husband got into graduate school, we moved from Hawaii to New York City, and then I ended up, it's funny, I ended up working at a hotel. She said to me, she's like, listen, Catherine, are you planning on working? And I'm like, yes, of course, I'm interested in working. And she said to me, she's like, well, what would you like to do? And I said, I'd really like to continue using my journalism skills and my Japanese skills, and maybe something in television. Maybe I want to do something at CNN working with my Japanese skills. But it was funny because she was actually looking through the Help Wanted ads, and she came across an advertisement that says, TV Asahi seeks an associate producer, no experience necessary, must speak Japanese. And I applied for the job, and it turned out, I went through various interviews, and at the end of the day, I ended up as a producer working for TV Asahi, which is a very big broadcast network in Japan. Their bureau was located in CNN Center. So as a field producer, I got to work within CNN Center for the Japanese network. And I traveled 150 days a year for about 3.5 years all over the globe producing news, sending it back to Japan. So we were assigned, our roles and responsibilities were to follow Al Gore during election 2000. And so without having ever, having covered a local election, we got thrown right into the presidential. We can do behind the scenes of how a presidential election, how it works, and then we could possibly get an interview with Al Gore. So that's what ended up happening. I connected with Chris. So for the entire year, we had a behind the scenes access to Al Gore's presidential run. In my career, I'm asked to moderate, lots of panels, and I was on this panel, and it was for Georgia Tech. And what I thought they were doing is just shooting some B-roll, for some marketing, for B-roll for marketing purposes. And so, we had a great panel, super fun. There was some people were twittering in, some questions, so we answered those. And at the end, the host, a woman named Ray New, came up to me and she said, listen, Catherine, I really want to thank you for moderating the panel. And I said, yeah, I'm sorry that the turnout, given that was the last panel of this 3-day session, I'm sorry that there wasn't much turnout. And she's like, no, Catherine, she goes, I don't know if you realize, but we simulcasted with Turner Broadcasting. She goes, you were seen by over 35,000 people. It ended up in a Supreme Court decision, so I had to go from the announcement all the way through. So I just learned on the job.
I wouldn't know. Wasn't alive.
You weren't alive in 2000?
I was born 2003.
Oh my goodness, that's crazy. So anyway.
I don't even know if it was a thought in my parents' head. This is going to my filmmaking class.
Which is awesome. No,
Not
I
30,000 people.
No, but hey, you never know. There's got to be like yourself and one of your classmates. You could definitely have like a professional journalist in there. So yeah.